Kuleni nonke ndiyanamkela apha ku-Challenge SOS. Elami igama nguSam okwamangesi and namhlanje siselenseria eGauteng where we're about to meet two brand new teams who will attempt to climb their way to the top and grab the coveted title of the unsinkable outdoor class of this year. But which of them will be rock steady? Let's find out on Challenge SOS. Last week, we saw Team Lekhaga take the fourth of only 6 quarterfinal spots, whilst Team Mafika's aim wasn't quite on point and they had to leave the competition. Today, we meet the 5th set of valiant teams who think they have what it takes to stay afloat.
My name is Kapana Siabi. I'm 13 years old. I'm in grade 8 at Ramfontein High School.
My name is Hudson Piri. I'm 15 years of age. I attend RHS and I'm in grade 10.
Ibizo la ka ke Makwai Motshwane, ke tsa grade 8. Ke na le 14 years and ke tswa Ramfontein High School.
My name is Mbali. I'm 14 years old. I'm in grade 10 and I attend Ramfontein High School.
My naam is Chanel Olivier. Ek is 14 jaar oud. Ek is in graad 9 en ek is in Alberton High.
My name is Keegan Fire. I bring the heat. I'm 15 years old and I come from Alberton High School.
My name's Jordan Rook van Rensburg. I'm 15 years old. I'm in Alberton High and I'm in grade 10.
Ek is Dominique. Ek is 15 jaar oud. Ek is in Alberton High School en ek is in graad 9.
It feels good to be on Challenge SOS because it expands my platform and I have the chance to experience new challenges that I've never experienced before.
In Challenge SOS wil ek graag my vrees oorkom want ek het 'n vrees vir hoogtes.
Team Aka is a strong team because Renale a strong team leader Hudson who's always there to help us. We have the girls Kopano and Mbali who are there to motivate us and Renale and Na who can help with the speed.
I don't really think we have a weak link in our team, but probably the person who would need the most help and motivation is Yanel due to her heart disadvantage and lack of confidence.
Winning is very important because I feel like I put in very extensive measures and I'm not willing to settle for nothing less than winning.
Hey teams! Hey Sam! Welcome to the first challenge of your elimination round here on Challenge SOS. Are you guys excited? Yes! Well, today we're joined by two brand new teams, Team Licha from Randfontein High and Team Sitlare from Alberton High, and they're going to be competing for a spot in the quarterfinals. Now guys, as you can see, I've brought you to a cliff, and no, I'm not going to push you guys off. So do you guys have any idea what you're going to be doing today? No. What you guys are going to be doing today is you're going to be abseiling and tubing. Now, did you know that snow tubing actually came about in the 1820s, whilst water tubing became popular around 1916 as cars became more accessible? This is because people had more access to the rubber inner tubing that was being manufactured for car tires. Do you guys know what else cars are good for?
Racing?
That is correct. So that is what you guys are going to be doing today. You are going to be racing, just not in cars. And you're going to be racing against the clock. Are you keen to find out what we're going to be doing today?
Yes.
Namhlanje silapha eground 0 and Seria apho iiteam zethu zizawuthabatha a challenge that will take the whole sink or swim thing literally. In this roundabout time challenge, each team member will have to abseil down a dizzying 23-meter high rock face one at a time. In this fast-paced time challenge, each team member will have to get into their harness and abseil down a dizzying 23-meter high rock face. Once 2 of the members reach the bottom, they'll have to take off their harnesses, climb onto a rubber tube and wait for the next 2 team members to do the same and join them on their own tube in the river. The team will have to paddle as fast as they can down the Crocodile River to a designated spot near Broederstroom. The clock stops when all 4 team members get safely back on shore. Well, now that we know what our teams are going to be doing, it's almost time for us to find out who'll stay afloat and remain watertight. Because it's all going down on... Challenge SOS! Welcome back to Challenge SOS. We're here at Ground Zero Adventures in Lanseria, where we've just met two brand new teams who are going to be competing in the first challenge of their elimination round. Which team will stay afloat and which will be deflated after our abseiling and tubing challenge? Has anybody done something like this before? Jordan, tell us about your experience.
Well, at first it was quite scary, but it was hard and I'm quite excited.
So, Team Star, do you guys think that since Jordan has experience, you guys have an advantage over Team Licha?
Yeah.
Hudson, how do you feel about that?
I don't know. We'll have to see when we get on the course.
All right. Speaking of the course, I think it's time for us to set you guys off. Which team is going to be going first?
Team Licha.
All right, so Team Stara, you guys can go and chill over there, and Team Licha will go and set you off. Let's go. All right, guys, it's time for us to kick off the first challenge of your elimination round. Makwai, you're the first person to tackle this challenge. There's a lot of pressure with that because you need to set the bar. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling very confident because I love a challenge and I'm ready.
Awesome, and I'm pretty sure that your team is very ready to cheer you on as well, right?
Yes, we are.
All right. Well, guys, remember that this is a time challenge, so it is very important to be quick, but do not negate your safety, all right? Team Litz, are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready? Well, it's time to sink or swim. Go!
Being the first to abseil, I must say I had a lot of pressure on me, but something told me just to man up and just go down.
Geez, Umakwaya is very determined. He's flying down this cliff. I wonder if the rest of his teammates will be able to keep up this technique and speed.
My experience at the start, obviously, it's very high, so I did get scared. But as I went down, I became calm, and I thought this was easy.
And clearly Hudson was watching closely when Makwaya abseiled down the cliff. Will they be able to keep up the speed when they tube down the river?
I was the second person to abseil, and when the first person finished, I mean, I heard that he did well and he was moving down at a quick pace. So obviously, I had to follow through as the captain. I couldn't be slow. So me going down as a second person was good.
All right, Bali, so you're next. The two guys did very well. What are some of the things that you have seen, some tips that you've taken from them?
Okay, first I need to relax. I need to put all my weight on the rope and take big steps if I can.
All right, safety equipment's back. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
When I was going down, all I tried to do was keep my head up, because if I looked down, I would have probably panicked and then I would have gone off the cliff.
Wow, I think Umbali may have even been faster than the guys. Maybe the fear of having her life on a rope is what made her go down so quickly.
I was the last person to abseil down, and I was very nervous because I knew that they were waiting for me and I had to do it very fast. As I was going down, the team was cheering on me, and I did not look down because I knew that I was gonna get scared and I was gonna shake and maybe fall off.
And Team Licha is officially done with the first part of this challenge. We're going to go down and meet them at the finish line while they take on the tubing.
For the tubing, as a team, we decided that we would go girl and boy instead of just putting both the girls into one tube and both the guys into one tube, because then one would either be at the back and the other one would be two ahead, and then we would just lose each other on the water.
During the tubing challenge, my team did very well, I must say, because they were always there to support me because I was getting tired. So like they would always help motivate me to work even harder.
No, on the other side. That side.
The fun part about today's tubing challenge was actually being in the water and doing this for the very first time and being with the people I love.
I think the most difficult part about today's challenge was the tubing because it was the first time for all of us tubing. So I believe it was difficult because we've never experienced such things. But I feel like my team handled it well.
When I was running, I got tired, but something told me just to keep on going and never give up because the time was ticking, and we had to win this.
The best in our team would be Hudson. He was the leader of our team, and he was the one who actually did the most work helping us and get to the finish.
The girls did, for me, they did very, very well because they were always they were strong. They were stronger than I thought they would be, and they were very good.
And we finally have eyes on Team Lecha, who are working tirelessly to get back to the finish line as quickly as possible.
Even though I think that Makwa struggled the most, we all struggled, and I also struggled myself, but we all got it to the finish and we all made it.
Winning is very important, but one thing I try to emphasize to myself is that no matter win or lose, as long as we all put the effort in, as long as we all tried, then winning doesn't really matter as long as we did our best.
Come, guys, come, guys. Your time will stop when you're all out of the water. Your time only stops when you're all out of the water. We have one body out the water. Two bodies out the water. We have 3 and 4. Time! All right, so... Makwai, why do you look like you're struggling on the water, man?
This is coming off.
The most toughest experience of my life.
The toughest experience of your life? What was so tough about it?
The running. Here, the legs were getting very tired. So I lost my balance. And it was very difficult. So I got tired and I couldn't anymore.
All right. You can go and get dry and catch your breath. I'm going to go back to the start and set off Team Sklar. Okay? I'll do that. I'll do that. Oh, wait. Team Sklar, welcome to the first challenge of your elimination round. Jordan, I see that you're the first person from your team to go. Remember that this is a timed race, so try to go as fast as possible, but don't negate your safety. I do have a message from Team Lecha, and they said good luck. All right. Are you guys ready? Yay! Well, it's time to sing or swim. Go!
When I got to the cliff, it was like quite scary and nervous, I won't lie, even though I've done it before. But when I started going further down, I started getting more used to it. And when I got to the bottom, I did get a fright and slip, but it was good. It was good.
And Jordan is the first member from Team Sklar to take the challenge. Not only are they battling Team Lecha, but they're also battling the elements. However, could this rain help them float down the river?
Since I was second on the team, the abseiling was a bit more easier for me since I saw Jordan go first, and since his experience, he helped us and motivated us along the way.
And Yunal is the second member of Team Sklar to take on today's challenge. She's halfway down the rock face, and she's doing pretty well.
When I got to the bottom, I felt relieved from from the heights and from everything. And when I was waiting with Jordan for our other team members, I felt relieved for them as well because they also faced their fears.
We're about halfway through the first challenge of our 5th elimination round, and we're still not sure which team will have a leg up after this challenge. Welcome back to Challenge SOS. We're here at Ground Zero Adventures in Lanseria, where we've just met 2 brand new teams who are going to be competing in the first challenge of their elimination round. Which team will stay afloat and which will be deflated after our abseiling and tubing challenge?
When the abseiling challenge started, I was supposed to be the second one going, but I had my harness on backwards, so I had to go after Yanal.
Keegan, I see that you have your harness on the right way now.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Not nervous?
No.
Okay, well, let's see, because the proof is in the abseiling.
I was quite scared at the start and nervous because I was going backwards over a cliff. Obviously, I'm really nervous, but I was doing quite well. And then I slipped and my knuckles and knee hit the cliff, but I got back onto my feet and I carried on.
And after a bit of a slip, Keegan seems to have regained his composure and is making his way down the cliff.
Staying at the bottom, I was anxious and getting ready for the last person to come down. Had to tube out for her and everything, so as she gets down, we can start moving.
There we go. Well done.
Here you go, Tom. You can do it.
I was the last person to do the abseiling, but I was really nervous because I'm really scared of heights. So I didn't know how to feel, so I was nervous and scared, but I was also very excited. And then when I got to the bottom, I felt really relieved because it was really hard.
The 800 meters in the water, that was very difficult because when we tried to run in the water, the sand stopped our feet completely, and it was hard to move our legs in the water.
I was afraid the water might be too deep for my length, but as I went on, it kind of went away because it wasn't too deep.
It was really difficult because there were so many rocks and we fell over a few times, but we got back up, and then we fell over again, but we got back up again.
And still no sign of Team Skare, but at least Team Lich is here waiting with me. They don't look very chilled though because they're waiting in anticipation. They're ready to hear those results.
I think our team doesn't really have one specific person we follow, but me and Jordan did show leadership skills by pushing the girls through to the end and helping them get to the finish line.
Jordan and Keegan were our team captains because they motivated us through the entire challenge and they didn't leave us behind. And they helped us work as a team together and to get together over the finish line.
And we finally have Team Skare in view. They seem to be struggling though. Come on, guys!
Seeing Sam at the end of the finish line was really great. It was really relieving because it felt like we were there forever, just running through the river. And at the end, we were all tired, but we made it there together. And I was like, come, let's all push through and make it there.
Time is only going to stop once all 4 members of the team are out of the water. I need 4 bodies out of the water. 1, that's 2. We have 3 bodies out of the water. And 4, time. All right, guys. Dominique, how was that challenge for you?
Yeah, I'm so tired. It was lovely.
Jordan?
It was good. Enjoyed it. Lots of work, but had fun.
Keegan, what was the most difficult part of today's challenge?
The rapids, definitely. Keep on tumbling over. And getting bruises from the rocks, but it's all good. Nature.
You know?
It was hard. It was very hard for me.
Did you go on your knees at some point? Because I see that they're looking a bit pink.
Yeah,
Actually, they're more than pink. That is red.
I have, yeah.
right, well, pretty sure you guys are very excited to find out how you guys did. And of course, who are the winners of today's challenge, right? Team Licha, come on in. Hudson, from my point of view, you seem to be the leader in your team.
So,
What burden does that come with? Because I saw you having to pull pretty much your entire team down this river.
I mean, as the team captain, you can't leave any member behind, so I had to keep them alongside me so that we could work together and achieve it at the same time.
Okay. Makwai, tell me about your strategy as a team. I saw you guys swimming at some point. I saw you guys running at some point. What was the overall strategy?
Okay, while we were on the sand, we decided to run because it was much faster. And then where it got a little deep, we decided to swim because it's also fast.
Dominique, you said you were very scared and very nervous, but you did very well. You probably did even better than Jordan, who said he has experience. Tell us, how did you feel when you were going down there and you were doing so well?
I felt very scared first, and then I got used to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah.
Awesome. Bali, was it your first time abseiling?
Yes, it was.
And?
Okay, I was scared at first, but then as I went down, it was actually not that scary.
Mm-hmm. Kopano?
Yes.
What was the hardest thing about abseiling today?
Pretty much just thinking of going down, and then the rest was just fine for me.
All right, well, I'm sure you guys absolutely can't wait to find out who came out on top after today's challenge. Right? And the team that won today's challenge with a time of 45 minutes and 48 seconds is... going to be revealed at the end of your elimination round. This was the first challenge in your round. That means that you have one more challenge to go. And that's when you'll find out which team has won today's challenge. But we'll also be finding out which team is going through to the quarterfinals. Dominique, you look disappointed.
No, I'm not disappointed.
So you didn't want to know who won today.
I want to know, but I can wait.
All right, Hudson, you look like a very competitive oak.
I am.
So you must have been waiting for these results.
I was very eager. I wanted to know. I feel like my team worked very hard.
Uh-huh.
But we'll just have to wait, I guess.
All right, well, be sure to join us again next week when these two teams go head-to-head in the last challenge of their elimination round. And I hope that they're going to get their training in for the speedy challenge. Nikhumbule Ndobana, we are available on Facebook as well as Instagram. So if you do go on an adventure, be sure to take a picture and tag us. Boko Aposo by any of our episodes, go and look for them on YouTube. But before we go, and you, that when life hands you a challenge, it's always up to you to decide if you sink or swim.